Iceland is a magical place. It's the land of sheep, northern lights, volcanoes with unpronounceable names. Try saying Eyjafjallajökull, rugged landscapes, waterfalls, mountains, and natural hot springs. Its stunning, scenic landscape feels out of this world. Iceland quickly became one of my favorite countries after my first visit. It's such a beautiful island filled with warm, welcoming people and sweeping vistas you won't find anywhere else in the world. I love not only the landscape but the people too, and have relished every subsequent visit to the country. However, Iceland is expensive. Traveling here on a budget is difficult as Iceland is definitely not a cheap country. However, it is possible to see a lot without going broke if you are smart. You won't be living large if you're here to backpack, but Iceland is worth the expense. My Vatn is quieter and less expensive than the famous Blue Lagoon. The water from the underground hot springs reaches 37–39 degrees C and is beneficial for your health and skin. I spent over an hour relaxing here. Grab some local geezer baked bread that they sell at the little cafe and relax. Admission is 5,700 ISK. Seeing this natural phenomenon was one of the most awe-inspiring things I have ever witnessed. The lights are best admired in remote places away from city lights. The best time to catch them is from mid-September to mid-April. However, it depends on the weather. The longer you stay, the better your chances. Reykjavik is awash in cozy cafes, high-energy clubs, friendly pubs, and a brightly colored wooden row houses. It's super small and worth a few days to get a feel for the art and cafe culture of the city. If you're a night owl, you'll love the party scene here, but be warned, they don't go out until about midnight and drinks aren't cheap. Located in the southeast of Iceland, this ice floe is one of the most popular attractions in the country. I enjoyed just sitting down and listening to the ice crash into each other on its way out to sea. For an up-close look at the glaciers, consider exploring the lagoon by boat. Iceland is the king of waterfalls. Dettifoss is the most powerful waterfall in Europe. Gullfoss is one of the biggest waterfalls in Iceland. Seljalandsfoss is beautiful and you can walk behind it. And then there's Skogafoss, Svatafoss, and Gofoss, all worth seeing too. Iceland travel costs hostels. A bed in a hostel dorm with 8 to 10 beds costs around 3,200 ISK per night. Private rooms cost 12,600 ISK. Free Wi-Fi is standard and most hostels also have self-catering facilities. Many hostels in Iceland charge extra for linens, blankets. You can bring your own, however, you cannot use a sleeping bag instead. Additionally, many of the hostels around the country are high hostels which offer 5–10% discounts to members. For those traveling with a tent, campgrounds are available all around the country costing 1,600–2,400 ISK for a basic plot for 2 people without electricity. Wild camping, while technically legal, is frowned upon by locals. Hotels, expect to pay between 12,500–17,250 ISK per night for a double room with a private bathroom, usually with breakfast included. Free Wi-Fi is usually included, as well as other basic amenities like AC and a tea maker. Since hotels are so expensive in Iceland, I much prefer to rent a room or apartment on Airbnb. Private rooms can be found for around 9,000 ISK, though they average double that, while entire homes, apartments cost at least 18,000 ISK. Food, fish, lamb, and dairy are the main staples of Icelandic cuisine. Food here is very similar to what you'll find across Scandinavia. Smoked lamb, cured meat, dark bread, and skyr, a local yogurt, are all incredibly popular. Haddock and herring are some of the most widely eaten fish. Shrimp is very common too. If you have a sweet tooth, be sure to try snúr, a cinnamon roll with chocolate on top. If you are going to eat out here, expect to pay around 2,500 ISK for a cheap meal of local cuisine. You can find kebabs, soups, and other quick eats for around 1,500 ISK or less. Fast food, which is rare here, usually costs around 1,800 ISK for a combo meal. For cheap meals, consider grabbing a hot dog. You can find them in every city and at gas stations. They cost around 500 ISK. Surprisingly, a decent place to eat cheaply in Iceland is at the gas stations. Most gas stations sell everything from deli sandwiches, pizzas, Icelandic soups, hot meals, fruit, and they have whole aisles of candy. It's decent fast food and some of the cheapest you'll find, albeit not the healthiest. If you want to splash out, a 3-course meal with a drink costs around 6,500 ISK. Beer costs around 1,000 ISK. A latte, cappuccino is around 600 ISK. Bottled water, which you won't need here, is around 250 ISK. If you plan on cooking your own food, a week's worth of groceries costs around 8,700 ISK. This includes basic staples like pasta, rice, seasonal produce, and a little bit of meat. Activities, fortunately for budget travelers, nearly all of Iceland's natural attractions are free. You can admire the Northern Lights or any waterfall or geyser for $0, aside from paying to park. All the national parks are free to explore. If you're having a nature-based trip, you can spend very little on activities. Museums cost 1,600–2,500 ISK, while attending elf school in Reykjavik is 7,737 ISK. A day at the Blue Lagoon starts from 6,400 ISK. Adventure activities are much more expensive. You can go ice climbing for 16,000–25,000 ISK or glacier hiking for 18,000 ISK. Fjorabori translates to "at the seashore" in Icelandic, a very fitting name, as you can find a great selection of seafood here, most notably the Langostino lobster bisque, which is probably the most famous in all of Iceland. The village of Stokkseyri, population 445, once an important trading and fishing center, is now mostly a tourist destination and is known for its beautiful seashore and bustling bird life. If you are on your way from Reykjavik to Vik, this small restaurant by the shore is definitely worth a visit. Just remember to make a reservation ahead of time. LD restaurant opened in 2014, along with the hotel in which it is housed, Hotel Laxa. The chef puts an emphasis on the Mývatn region's unique offerings and local products. The Arctic char comes from the nearby fishing village of Húsavík, while the lamb and beef come from farms in the north. The vegetables are grown in the geothermal heated greenhouses of Viravellir. This bar is located in a quiet, picturesque neighborhood that is home to many. The cozy atmosphere, complete with low lighting, hanging plants, and large windows, is one of the most memorable in Reykjavik. If you want a quiet evening with friends in a sleek, cool environment, go here and check out the gin and tonic menu. They also offer a range of French brasserie-style dishes such as moules marinières, prepared with mussels harvested at Breiðafjörður, and French onion soup, made with Icelandic ISBUI cheese. While not what you would exactly seek out on your trip to Iceland, this is a legendary place when it comes to Indian cuisine. For over 20 years, this somewhat hidden gem has been serving the perfect blend of Indian spice and Icelandic ingredients in downtown Reykjavik. The atmosphere is warm and genuine, lacking pretension, and the interior decoration could transport you to another continent altogether. If your palate calls for more spice during your trip, this is where to find it. Inside an old wooden house next to the Heritage Museum amid the backdrop of the steep fjords of Eyjafjallajökull is a great option when visiting the West Fjords. However, they are only open during Easter and summer, offering outdoor seating and occasionally live music. The various catches of the day come fresh off the boats from the harbor close by, and their large portions come served in a hot skillet. Located in the capital of the north, Akureyri, this seafood restaurant at the harbor offers a great ocean view. Specializing in locally caught seafood, the most popular course is the pan-fried catch of the day. At Orkan Hans Noa, all fish dishes are served straight from a pan dish, and you can enjoy local art on the walls and a great selection of local beers on tap. East of Reykjavik, this charming, cosseting collection of traditional grass-roofed stone turf houses is proof that the area containing Geyser, Gullfoss Waterfall and Thingvellir National Park is worth more than a day's coach tour from the capital. Check into the remote Torfis retreat far from light pollution and you'll enjoy glorious night sky views from your private geothermally heated basalt hot tub. And, in winter, a high chance of spotting the aurora borealis. There are also a few Torfbæjar, individual suites, with a geothermally heated plunge pool shared between 3. Staff will arrange local outings ranging from snorkeling between tectonic plates to horse riding and super jeep expeditions through the highlands. Unobtrusive Art Deco touches and polished oak floors blend serenely with contemporary decor and artworks and restful natural hues to make the boutique Sand Hotel a calm retreat in the heart of the Icelandic capital, just steps from the iconic Hallgrímskirkja and the National Gallery of Iceland. You're in a plum spot on the Laugavegur, too, for the city's best shopping. Think everything from digitally printed knitwear to one-off Nordic homewares, and some of its most tempting bars. The hotel was founded by the team behind the legendary Reykjavik bakery Sandholt, right next door. Chic but homely, this intimate urban haven in a historic building right by the Icelandic Parliament and the old cathedral offers everything from ultra bijou, cozy rooms to spacious apartments. The apartments at KVOSIN Downtown Hotel have kitchenettes complete with coffee machines, fridges that can be pre-stocked to your exact requirements before arrival and, in most cases, hobs for those who want to whip themselves up a light snack. But you won't be able to resist the call of the snug bar, Aldermot, which translates as meeting of centuries and offers an enticing array of wines, gin pairings, cocktails, and charcuterie and cheese platters. Another property encouraging you to stay longer outside Reykjavik, this dramatic stilted structure beside a dormant volcano was built from the abandoned relics of a nearby power plant is a temple to both nature and pampering. The two combine in its superlative spa with its sauna built of lava rocks and its treatments based on Icelandic herbs, and in its outdoor deck with its long hot tub fed by local hot springs. As the name suggests, guests at Ion Adventure Hotel are encouraged to head outdoors, with offerings including diving in the sill for a fissure between continental plates. The bar was specially designed to maximize northern lights sightings, too.